something laying on the mattress. It's a newspaper article dated October 24, 2004. The article's title, One Hit Wonder Ruby Commits Suicide. That can be, that was over 10 years ago. Her real name was withheld from the press, but her picture is there. Oh. Verzeihung. According to the article, Higashi went to her room and found it locked. He called to her, she didn't answer. I thought she must have been tired, he said. She'd been working hard on a new song. He only forced the door when he noticed the smell where he found her hanging from the rafters. She'd hung herself almost 2 days before. Probably in this room, there's more. Though Mr. and Mrs. Higashi had adopted her years before, Ruby was not made to work and loved being an idol more than anything in the world. Her song, Look For Me, will go on sale again this month, with all sales going to various suicide prevention charities. I've read enough. The sadness that's in this room is the same awful feeling I felt in the studios. Is it Rena's? Is this what I was supposed to see? Aber wir können hier auch nicht mehr anschauen. Ja, okay. Die Auflösung würde mich jetzt schon interessieren, weil immerhin haben wir hier Higashi liegen. Aber wir können hier, glaube ich, auch gar nicht mehr machen. Na, nee. Ja, können wir nur mal gehen. Wir lassen die Leiche liegen. Wir lassen die Leiche liegen. I feel sick, that monster. How many girls had Higashi passed around and abused before he was murdered? And Rena, she looked the same as she does now, 16 years old, a child. Higashi had her locked up and she tried to take back control the only way she thought she could. Only she came back. And all that pain and suffering came back with her. When I was in that room, I could feel it like it was my own. And it's not the first time. The dark was steeped in it. As soon as I realized it, it was like the air changed. I can sense a pulse now, like a heartbeat following me. I feel like the dark has changed, but there's more to do. The collector said the mask was a tool to navigate the dark. I need to go to Kamakura and find out what I can. Ja dann, rennen wir wieder rum. So, jetzt kommen wir endlich mal wieder zurück nach Kamakura. Ich habe hier eine Katze liegen. Ich muss die Katze streichen. I came here to find out about the mask, but there's something I've got to do first. 6 months ago, I sent one girl to the morgue and very nearly killed another. Since then, I thought of coming here to apologize to Mei Kawana countless times, but couldn't will myself to see her and be faced with my failure. I think of the fear and hurt in her eyes and I feel nothing but shame. For my own peace of mind, I need to tell her the truth about the day and about how I lost control. Hopefully she can find it in herself to forgive me enough to help me with my investigation of the mask. Wait, it's fall. Why are the cherry blossoms blooming? It's like nothing's changed since that day. Okay, das ist komisch. Dürfen wir das komisch finden? Oh, wir gucken, ob der Typ wieder da ist. Oh yeah. Oh, it's you. I was reading the papers and I saw your picture. And then I saw the picture on the TV news and maybe the 7chan message boards. After I looked you up. I'm sorry, I was curious. I remembered meeting you and couldn't believe it. It's like I met a celebrity or something. Oh, of course it's not good or anything, but you know, you never know who you'll meet in this business. Everyone always seems so unassuming. I mean, that's not to say any of it was your fault or anything. Okay, so the message boards are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad stuff on the, like, wow, pretty wild stuff. Are you done? Alright, sorry, yes. Hello again. Wir fragen die nochmal nach den Kirschblüten. What's going on with the weather here? It's fall. Why are there cherry blossoms out? It's beautiful, isn't it? There's a species of cherry tree, the Prunus subhirtella autumnalis, that sometimes blooms twice a year. At least that's what it says online. Who'd have thought we'd have them here in Kamakura? Well, I say Kamakura, but they only seem to be in this part of town. Lucky, huh? A cherry blossom tree that blooms in fall. I've never seen it. Are you sure you've got your facts straight? It seems impossible. Impossible? Do you doubt my botany expertise? Impossible would be if the seasons started reversing themselves, don't you think? Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Huh? You say something? Why the glum face? Anyway, I hope you take advantage of the weather and go for a picnic or something. The blossoms are so peaceful, don't they put your mind at ease? So, dann fragen wir mal nach May's grandmother. Is May's grandmother still at that house near here? You want to see her? Well, she is still around, I suppose. I see the comings and goings of all the people around here. I don't see her getting out much, though. Oh yes, that reminds me, when you were last here in April, did she, I don't know, give you something? I'm not accusing you, of course. I heard that there was an important artifact that went missing last spring. Kawana is old and losing her faculties a bit. Maybe she gave it to you by mistake. Can you remember anything like that? Aha, aha. Also sie hat uns da was gegeben. Sorry, I don't. Oh, I see, I'm sure it will turn up. I'm looking for May Kawana. Have you seen her? Oh yeah, you're looking for May again, huh? Are you sure that's such a good idea? She was pretty upset about happenings the last time you were here. I mean, you've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Maybe it's best you leave her alone. It's important I talk to her. I suppose she'll be at a shrine down the street like usual. May is very important to this town. Please don't upset her too much. We all want everything to go back to normal. Leave Kamakura? Nein, wir wollen exiten. Wir wollen nicht Kamakura verlassen. Bleiben hier noch ein Weilchen. Aber ich muss jetzt sagen, ich mag diese traditionellen, muss man ja sagen, Häuser aus Japan, ne? Mit diesen hübschen Gartentoren. Und da, ich weiß nicht, ich stehe so drauf. Bei uns sieht einfach nicht so aus, aber ich finde, es sieht so cool aus einfach. Es sieht so cool aus. Ich will auch so ein Haus. Das wäre okay. So, wir klopfen trotzdem mal der Großmutter an. Go away, no visit. Go away, no visitors. Nochmal? Ja, sie sagt dasselbe. Okay, sie macht auch nicht auf. Hey, warte mal, müssen wir nicht irgendwann mal irgendwo mal wieder eine Katze finden? Irgendwie habe ich die letzte Zeit ja doch ein bisschen vergessen. Schade. Ich gucke nur schnell, ob hier noch irgendwo eine Katze rumsteht. So. Und zwar go to shrine. Da ist sie ja auch wieder. Cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kawana family shrine. In front of me was May Kawana, still dressed in the outfit of the shrine maiden. She had seen me approach and stood there frozen and terrified, the same helpless look on her face as when she had a knife to her throat once before. This time it was me she was terrified of. We were the only two people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed, a familiar presence watching from the shadows. Ja, aber was? Kill her? Nein! Das werden wir aussitzen, wir werden das nicht tun. No, I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I don't have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. I can choose. Ha! Wir werden sie nicht umbringen. Warum auch, ne? You, the detective from before? Why aren't you standing there? Is it over? I'm fine. I'm sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, I've never been good at apologies. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. I should have come sooner. You're here to apologize? Now? I didn't hear from anyone in 6 months. The police only talked to me once, and then everyone here started avoiding me and acting like it never happened. I guess that makes me the last person you want to see now. Essen ist gleich fertig, bin gleich wieder da. Ja, ja, gönn dir nur. Nur kein Stress hier bei mir im Stream, wir chillen. After that day, I'm sure some police came by and told you that I was only following procedure, but it's bull. Police in this country don't go around shooting people. I didn't feel myself and lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds vague to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. Die Musik, ey. But that's the truth. The truth, it's strange, isn't it? The cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. But that's selfish, huh? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I imagine the only other one who understands that is you, detective. Your name is Itō, right? It's so quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that. That day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wish I could have helped. I felt so helpless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask the red-headed girl was after, and she denied knowing anything. But it was a lie. I found one of her old journals at the shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in that old house and mumbles to herself about darkness and purity. I'm so worried about her. My gut tells me that the mask has something to do with it. I'm sorry, listen to me, rambling away. I bet you don't care about any of that. The truth is, I think you're right about the mask having something to do with all this strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. WB, Debbie, schön, dass du wieder da bist. You think so too? Then let me help you. I don't know anything, but maybe Takashi does. Oh, sorry, Takashi is my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. We talked on the phone all the time, but he refuses to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. He won't even tell me about how my parents died. Die Musik, ey, ich mach die jetzt noch ein bisschen leiser. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at Kendo Dojo in Asakusa in Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the Kendo world. It sounds like he'd be a good place to start. Do you think he'll speak to me? You can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers, though. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Thanks for helping me, Mai. Eigentlich, weil nicht May. Also, Entschuldigung, ich muss mich nur ein bisschen umsetzen. Brummeln im Hintern. Ich kann einfach nicht ruhig sitzen. Aber ich sitze gerne und viel. So. Gut, dann suchen wir jetzt mal den Bruder, ne? Wir klopfen hier nochmal. Was? Gibt's da? Gib mir einen Erfolg für Hartnäckigkeit. Okay. Ich fürchte, kriegen wir nicht. Gibt es wirklich Kirschbäume, die zweimal im Jahr blühen? Muss das mal googeln. Mir wäre das nicht bekannt, aber vielleicht gibt es ja wirklich diese Sorte, weil er das ja auch gleich so geschrieben hat. Autumnalis, keine Ahnung, ich schreibe halt mal. Autumnalis, irgendwie so halt. Verdammt, das T hat fehlt. So rum. Also, vielleicht, ja. I don't know. Ich müsste mal gucken. Ich hab's kaputt gemacht? Nee, okay, alles gut. Bitte red mich nicht an. Du bist anstrengend. Asakusa. Info. Asakusa, the home of Senso-ji, one of the most famous temples in Tokyo. It's also a bustling entertainment district. It remains a pocket of traditional culture surrounded by the city's high rises. My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to the HQ. A few misfired questions could end up with officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. Okay. Inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Hat alles schon zusperren müssen, ne? Oh, bei Octopus Bowls. Ich weiß, wer das tun würde. Takoyaki! Oh ja, komm, holen wir uns welche? I don't know. Können wir zu denen... Ich gehe zuerst mal die Straße entlang. Look, listen. Wir gehen zuerst mal kurz look. Okay, wir holen uns welche. Nee, wir gucken zuerst und holen uns dann welche. Tourists, likely. I can hear them speaking English. Oh, my English isn't so great, so I thought they'll be much of help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Hello there, is there something we can help you with? Huh? I don't speak English. Wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'd probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work in a Japanese software company, so I'd be in a bit of a trouble too. Huh? Don't look at me, I just live here, well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Well, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry, I never would have thought. Would you prefer to speak in English instead? No, I mean, no please. Japanese is fine, sorry, I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? No, we came to Asakusa every year and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. I guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold though. Okay. Wir gehen jetzt überhaupt mal kurz, wir holen uns jetzt... Wir können uns Takoyaki holen. Machen wir. Hello there, would you be interested in buying some of the finest Takoyaki in Tokyo, wie ich den Namen einfach schon so verinnerlicht habe? Es gibt die Winterkirsche, die öffnet schon im Winter ihre Blüten. Okay, aber steht da was davon, dass die zweimal im Jahr blüht? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at a food stand at a festival. They will make you question everything you knew about the octopus in bowl form. Ich will auch Takoyaki essen. Wenn ich mir denke, ich habe als Kind so gerne diese Oktopusringe gegessen, ne? Diese frittierten, aber so gerne. Und die haben mir so gut geschmeckt. Ich habe die richtig gern gegessen und jetzt nicht mehr so. Jetzt ekelt mich davor. Aber Takoyaki würde ich tatsächlich auch probieren. Nö, davon stand nichts. Ja, komisch. Also, wir verbuchen es mal als Mysterium, das sich vielleicht hoffentlich aufklärt. Mal gucken. Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some. Oishii! Schmeckt dir? Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki on all the islands. Proof Edition -1. Ich hab's... Können wir noch welche? Miss, I can see a glimmer in your eye that tells me you have a hunger. A hunger for a second order of my nationally famous takoyaki. Huh, who, me? Why wouldn't I? They were amazing. Yep, the struggle is real. You think I don't sit here in the presence of my own creations and not want a little taste? No, of course I do. They're delicious, but the extra time and efforts, means I don't have as many on hand and have to limit to 1 order per customer. But I'm your only customer. Come on, just one more taste. Sorry, no can do. There's a reason I set up in a quiet spot like this. Otherwise, I'd sell out in minutes. Well, let me know if you change your mind. Okay, das ist jemand, der nicht so gern Geschäft macht.